Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Let's get into it. God is able to do far more abundantly beyond what we ask or can think. It's always worth asking God for what you need, praying for yourself, your family, countries. So He can do far more beyond anything we can ask or think. I think that's really a powerful statement. That's from Ephesians. Once again, one of the chapters I'm studying line by line. All right, guys, let's get into it. Welcome to the AM briefing number 241, brought to you by microstrader.com, where together we trade better. So I did update the essentials indicator last night. I'm really excited about this update. So we rolled over to the 5.0 update. Boy, it has went through some iterations. And basically what it does is it allows us to see if not only where the other indices are in relation to their, high, low, and halfback of yesterday, but now it's going to tell us whether or not they're above or below their VWAP. I'll show you that when we get on the chart. And I had to rework the watch list a little bit to make it work because I have maxed out the number of requests that TradingView allows on a single indicator. So tip of the day, when I announce it's a level 10 day, I do not give that lightly. I don't want it to be a level 10 day, but that's the day, in my opinion, you scale it down, whether it's, you can still do your full daily loss limit if you want, or you could do half, or you could say one loser and I'm done, or whatever my leverage metric says, I'm cutting that in half. I just recommend you scale it down. Don't allow a level 10 day to hurt you because there's too many non-level 10 days that makes trading much easier. Well, today's OPEX Friday. Welcome to Super Squirrel. This is his land. This is his day. And if you're going to try to just get a nut, be careful because Super Squirrel controls everything that happens today because it's going to be super squirrely today. And so Super Squirrel is on duty. So be careful. It is OPEX Friday. It will be squirrely. You want to make your money early and then just get out. A couple news drivers today, most notably half hour after the opening, consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. So let's get to the chart and let's review yesterday. I'm going to actually move this up a little bit. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about the update. So at this very moment right here, this is great. You see the orange here? The orange means these guys are below their VWAP. The green means he's above his VWAP at this very moment in time. In fact, let's slide over here because I know when I woke up here, let's put you here. I just want to see at this point in time. Oh, they were all under. Well, it was cool because here at a point in time, two of them were above, two were below. So I just like that update on the indicator. Once again, these three are above, this one's under. So green means they're above, orange means they're under. So let's get rid of that. I also reworked this indicator to free up some requests so I could make this possible. And I just made all of these texts because those are the ones we watch. And of course, this is customizable in your settings. I'm going to do a video this weekend that goes over each of the indicators just to give everybody a refresher and new members an introduction. If you've been a member a while, you've seen all the iterations and you know what each one does. But if you're brand new, like we're on yesterday, he's not. So I had fun on putting a video together. So yesterday we knew that the jobs and retail sales were going to have a bigger reaction than CPI, and it certainly did. This was the trade to be in here because what this did is it took out the initial overnight low by like 2 ticks and then came back in and then straight up. So yeah, that was the trade. Then the next trade was this one where it took the very first tip of the liquidity, go long, but it only did it by like a tick. I wasn't ready for that action, especially after a 15-point candle down. A 15-point candle down. I'm thinking, okay, this thing's going to try to take back some of this, and it didn't. The bulls are in control. The bulls own this thing. There are no sellers. The play was longer flat all day long. And somewhere in here, I closed my dom. I went, I'm out. I'm done. I don't like the personality of this price action. It's like when you're dating. There are some girls you just don't get along with, or some guys you just don't get along with. And then there's some you get along with just fine. You're like, okay, we can do this for a while. And then you meet the one. That's the chart I want to trade. I want to trade the one that is so close to the one that it's crazy. This is not the one for me. These monster gap ups, first of all, trading monster gap ups are hard. And then it's just this slow, ugly grind. What are these green dots? It's nothing more than in the essentials indicator I turned on. Show me where all the dots are. And you see they're all green. When it's green, here, I'm going to slide this over here. When it's green, your indicator is going to tell you a few things. Number one, it's going to give you an up arrow. Okay. See that up arrow? That means if you're laddering, try to stay long, protect your profit. What is this telling us? Everyone is above yesterday's high. And everyone, now this indicator will tell you, everyone's above their VWAP. Is this the type of price action you're excited to short when the next RTH high is up here at 5,600? In fact, you see this little green dot here? That was last week's high. Now, if you want to make that green dot horizontal, what you do is you come in here and last week's high, you can make that horizontal. So that's last week's high there. And it certainly seems like that would be the ideal target for the week, is to take out last week's high. Do you want to be shorting in front of that? You can, but boy, does it make trading difficult. You'll hate trading. You'll wonder, why are you trading? Because you're fighting trend. Who is smarter, trend or you? I would bet on trend, because that's what I would do. Trend and our trade. Now, we had a top one beautiful trade on here. I'm not going to discuss it on YouTube, but I encourage you, if you're in my group, please go to the trading floor, go back and look at the commentary yesterday. And I discuss that trade in trend. It is certainly some secret sauce in our group. And if I was trading all day, I would have taken that, and I called it out while it was happening. And I don't know if anyone took it. Hopefully nobody was even trading. But a few of us were commenting. So it was longer flat all day long, no question asked. But I just do not like this little slow freight train moves. There's no level development in there. There's no level separation in there. I'm just not excited to trade that. No, thank you. And I want you to notice something. Where? Here. I think when I had it here at the body. Yeah. When I went from the wick to the body to make it the most steep possible. Look how we just tap danced along that line. And eventually time took it out. Okay. And then when time took it out, I adjusted it to the wick. And that's where we're at now. And then, of course, time. And then we tap danced. My goodness. Then we danced all along here. So I can remove that now. That's over with. We went sideways basically the whole night. Now, in this area of the chart, I was short. Once again, go to the trading floor, scroll up a little bit. I posted each entry, why I took the entries, and why I added to my trade in that sequence. So if you're interested in dialing that in and looking at what I did, feel free to do it. So let's go to a 10-minute chart to kind of zoom this thing in. And I'm going to remove that. I don't need that. So RTH high, we made a new high. Then we made a new high. And remember, to me, the ultimate goal appears as 5,600, where that weekly high is. In fact, let me just do this instead of turning that on. Let me turn on my session levels. Okay, right here. That is, to me, the goal. It would be surprising we don't get there today. And then hug out and hang there and close there. What do I know? We might finally take this thing down, but I doubt it. So make sure you put this afternoon half back on your chart. To me, this is the bull bear line today. This is where things have the greatest opportunity to have a change in tone, in my humble opinion. In fact, we had the bull bear line down here, never even got close to it. The bulls were in control. So let's put the bull here because that's where I would want to have that. To mark this IB low that we had earlier in the day, where it took it out by a wick and then went up. And then I would also denote this little wick thing down here. I don't even know what I call it, but put it there as well. This will be a little bit of a zone. We get underneath here, things could get exciting, could get really exciting. So once again, this IB high up here at 6,000.75 to me is the most obvious upside target. And I wouldn't be surprised if we came to the afternoon pullback, laddered back up and went and took out the weekly high. It will be fun to see. And then if we take out the weekly high, you have to be on alert for that this thing pulls back in Friday afternoon. I forget what it's called. ICT has a little name for the afternoon pullback where it comes back 20 to 30% of the weekly range. So maybe we'll keep an eye out on that as well. So let's do this. Let's remove this. Let's go to a higher time frame here. Let's turn off the bull bear. There's another thing on here that I forgot was on here. Jesse Livermore. There are days to go long, there are days to go short, and there are days to go fishing. Today's a fishing day. Okay, I could have easily used him instead of the little squirrel, but I thought the squirrel was fun. All right, trend lines. Let's turn off everything but the daily. So on a smaller scale, it retested that daily and took off hard. I'm going to keep this line on here unless, let's say, we come in a little bit more than we ladder above this. I'll remove it. But at this point, I want to keep it here because if we come back to it, I want to know that, okay? And that is somewhere 54.50, depends on what time we get there, but 54.50-ish area. Just keep it on your chart. If we get back there, we want to know. If we ladder away from it, I want to know that as well. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I wish you good luck trading today, and I'll see my members live on Zoom later this morning. I forgot one thing, the scorecard. I forgot format. Still getting used to this format. So let's come in here to a 30-minute chart for a second. I think we're going to know everything that happens here, but let's just take a peek. Let's take a peek. We zoom in. So if I had to draw an overnight trend line, well, at this point, that trend line, honestly, has to be down. That's the only trend line I can really draw here. So on that, I got to give it to the Bears. Session stacking. This is with RTH and the overnights, it's a little mixed. It's kind of doing a little bit of a rounding here. But if I'm to obviously look at the week as a whole, the session stacking is north, I'm going to have to give that to the bulls. Are we above or below VWAP? Well, everyone at this moment is below their VWAP. How do we know that so quickly? Well, our day trading essentials indicator tells us so. So that would go to the Bears. So VWAP goes to the Bears. Oops, come on, bring it back. VWAP. Then what about the overnight halfback? Well, we are under the overnight halfback. That's got to go to the Bears. Yesterday's range at this point, it is still the bull. So make sure you have on your chart the RTH halfback. 55.50 was the level I kept telling my traders I thought was the most important level. So 55.50, you want to make sure is on your chart. In fact, let's do one thing real quick, guys, if you don't mind. Let's go back here on this chart, and I want to pull up my session levels. Actually, I'm totally fine with that afternoon pullback because that is at the 55.50 level. Perfect. Okay. And the halfback is right underneath it at 49. So that 50 to 49 here is a very important level to have on your chart. Certainly the bull bear line, without a doubt. RTH halfback. That needs to make sure. I'll go ahead and put that on my chart right now. All right. And we're back to the overnight ranges here. So where are we in yesterday's range? I still got to give it to the bulls. What about everybody else? Well, let's come over here and check out these indices. I'm going to pull them in. Upper distribution of yesterday. I didn't move my lines yet. Upper distribution of yesterday. Upper distribution of yesterday. And upper distribution of yesterday. I will adjust these lines later. I'm not going to waste your time and do that here. All right. So indices, doubles, bull bear line. To me, that's that RTH halfback, the bulls. And if we were to say that we're going to be attracted to the new week opening gap, well, that goes to the bear. So once again, it's 4-4. Well, I'm going to give the tiebreaker here to the bulls. They have had the most amazing week here. Wouldn't be shocked to see us come up here and grab this weekly high up here. I would envision that this defends. They come up here and grab it. What do I know? We will certainly see. I wish you good luck today. I'll see my traders live here soon.
Stay green, my friends. And to learn more about our group, go to microstrader.com.